see about pure component. Okay, so far we have covered class component, functional component, controlled and uncontrolled component, and today we can see about pure component. Okay, after pure component we can see about use context hook. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Sushmita, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So what are the things we are going to cover today?
Pure component and the hooks.
Yeah. Sorry. Hook is use context. Okay. So these two things we are going to cover today. Mm, so go to the app.js. So input component. Input component is a function component. Okay, fine. What are the
Yeah.
component we have in app.js, input component, new component. New component is a function and class component. Okay, fine. Simply find this new component. So this component is mainly function. This is the yeah. So above one is the parent component and below one is the child component. Okay, both are class components only. Okay, yeah, come to the app.js. Here I am going to create a plus incremental action. Okay, so simply create a count. Yeah, div. Yeah. So parent component. Okay, so here again create a new div. Okay. Here we are going to display count. Count is going to be some value. This dot state dot count. Okay. And nearby I am going to keep a button. That is plus button. On that plus button on click of that plus button, I am going to call a method. That is discharge incrementer. Okay, discharging. So here add one more thing, that is count. Count start with 5. And write one more function, that is increment function. Okay. So here what we are going to do, this dot set state of the state value count is going to be count plus 1. That is discharge state dot count plus 1. So, yeah. That's it. It's done. From here, on clicking this plus, the value is going to increment in the parent component. Okay, is it clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, parent having one count method and child also having one count method. Both of them having their own count method. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now the thing is, okay, come here and come to down. Yeah, fine. Inspect. I'm going to keep the breakpoint. Okay, remove all breakpoint and go to app.js. So yeah, come to app.js. So when the render gets called in the app.js,
When the
Suchita, am I audible?
yes, yes.
When the render method will get called in a component.
Yeah, parent component is in my new component.
Okay, I can't able to hear your voice. Yeah, what is it?
It will call as soon as the state under method will
Yeah,
call.
as soon as the state updated or the props updated, the render method will get called. If not, the render will get called when the component is loading for the first chain. Okay,
Yeah.
when component is loading for the first chain, that time also render will get called. Let's check it out. Okay, I'm refreshing the page. The app.js is rendering as well as new component.js also rendering. So both component is rendered successfully. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the value in new component. So I'm clicking plus, my component is going to re-render. Now the value will be updated. Okay. Again I'm click plus, component is re-rendering. Again it is going to update it. Is it
Okay.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now I'm doing plus in the parent component. So app.js is going to re-render and new component.js also re-rendering. I'm doing change in the parent only. Parent is re-rendering as well as child also get re-rendered. Do you know why?
No.
Okay, yeah, fine. Why? Because the child is available inside the parent render method. Where we have binding the new component, we are binding the new component inside the parent render method. So
Okay.
whenever parent re-renders, this child component also get re-rendered. Okay. But whether it is necessary, I am changing only the parent state value and I am changing the design only in the parent. Then why the child component needs to re-render, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for that only we are going to make use of pure component. If we use pure component, the component will not re-render unnecessarily. The component will re-render only if the state value or props value get changed. Unless or until the component will not re-render. So how to achieve pure component? Go to our component in the top, slash component name, extend react.component. Instead of react.component, give pure component. That's it. Now this new component is a pure component. Come to the output, refresh the page. Yeah, app.js is rendering as well as new component also rendering. Okay. Now I'm going to change in value in child component. Clicking plus, the child component is re-rendering. Okay. Again, change the value in child component, click plus, again only the child component re-renders. Now click and change the value in parent component. Now parent component is going to re-render. Yeah, this time only the parent re-render. The child is not re-rendered unnecessarily. Is it clear? I'll get
Yeah.
confused.
No, no, clear.
Yeah. Same thing. How to achieve the pure component in functional component. Okay. So simply import memo also from React. Okay. And here input memo. Yeah. Scroll down. Here grab the component. Okay. So grab the component with memo. That's it. Now this functional component is also a pure component. This is how we need to implement pure component for functional component as well as class component. Okay,
Okay.
is it clear or having any doubt?
No, clear.
Okay, better take a notes or go through the video. Don't forget everything. All the things you are going to use in your application. Okay. Now you may
Okay.
work with functional component. Again, there may be some need will come to work with class component. So get clear with all the concepts. Okay.
Okay.
Don't
Okay, sir.
loosen any topic. All the topics are useful only for you. Okay. Next
Okay, sir.
one, we are going to use context hook. So we have already completed use effect. Okay, we have not completed use effect. Then today we can cover about use effect hook. What is the use of use state?
User for view state.
Use state.
Use state is to hold the value of the state of the page.
Use state is used to achieve the state functionality in functional component. In class component we have state, but in functional component we don't have state. So to achieve the similar kind of functionality, we are using the use state
State.
hook. Same way, when comes to use effect hook, it is used to achieve the life cycle functionality as like in the class component. Okay? Class component having some life cycle functionality. Same we can achieve using use effect in the functional component. Okay. So what are the life cycle you have used in the class component?
Class component.
Sorry,
Render.
render is not a life cycle.
Don't know.
Yeah.
No, sir.
CourseJet.
Yeah.
Component, bit, mount, and
Exit.
component, bit, update, and component, build and mode.
But on mount.
These are the
Life
three
cycle.
life cycle we achieve in the class component. So when component bit mount get called, then this component bit mount will get called.
Sir, I forgot these things. Go through
Okay,
it and
fine. Go to the video and remember it. Okay.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. So here we can achieve component bit mount, component bit update, and component did and mount. Okay. So in class component, we can achieve component build and mount. In functional component, we can achieve component did and mount. Okay.
Okay.
So component did mount get called for the after the first rendering. Okay. And did get called after the second rendering. And did and mount get called after the component is removed from the DOM. Okay. So these are the uses of these three life cycles. So how we are going to achieve using use effect hook. Okay. For component did mount, use the effect of, okay. Inside this of, give a anonymous arrow function as first parameter and empty array as second parameter. So this is how we will achieve component did mount in functional component. Here you need to write your code. Okay. And when it comes to did update, here you need to give dependency values. Same way, but in the empty array, you need to give the dependency value. And when come to component did and mount, so here again, inside this anonymous arrow function, again return a new anonymous arrow function like this. Return again give an anonymous arrow function. Here you need to write the code. This is what component did and mount in the functional component. So these are the three different life cycle we can achieve. So first one is for component did mount, and the second one is for component did update, and the third one is for component did add mount. Okay. Yeah, come to the code. Let's check it out. This is your input component, right?
Yeah.
So you can go input or that is the only component we have, I think so. Okay, fine. So here import use effect. Okay, and write the hook. Use effect of. Okay, pass the anonymous function as first parameter and the empty array as second parameter. This is what component did mount. Okay, so this is functional component did mount. And the next one, use the effect of. Okay. Again here, empty array. Inside the anonymous function, again return the anonymous function. Okay. Here, this is what component did unmount. Functional component did unmount. Okay. Let's check these two items. Here, one button. from the output. By clicking toggle button, it will remove. By clicking toggle button, it will come back. This one, go to new component, and go to this chart, and go to input component, and paste here. Yes, I'm clicking this, disappear, clicking again appears. Okay, yeah, fine. Refresh the page. Go to source. What and functional component. Okay, what's the component name? Input component. Like this. Okay. Keep the breakpoint here and keep the breakpoint here. Okay. Now keep the breakpoint here also. I'm going to refresh the application. Okay. On my application load, it is going to render. After the first render, automatically component did mount called. See, here it is get called. Fine. Now I am going to delete the component and clicking toggle button. Yeah, the component is removed from the DOM. After the component is deleted, automatically functional component this did unmount method get called. Got it? So these are the two different life cycles. So this is how we can achieve component did mount, and this is how we can achieve component did unmount. Okay, and next one will be component did update. Okay, so here same way use effect of the first one will be anonymous. First one will be anonymous function, and second will be array with dependency value. So we are going to say on which value change we need to call this. So I'm going to change whenever input text change, call this update, component did update. Okay. So console.log of. So this is functional component did update. Okay. Also we need to write one more condition. Okay. If IP value not equal to color. That's it. Save this. Come here. Refresh the page. See, my component is going to render. After rendering, automatically component did mount get called. Okay. Yes, that is the breakdown for that. And now I am going to change the value O. Sorry. Change the value I. See, after the value gets changed, my component is going to re-render. After re-rendering, automatically did update get called. I'm going to change the value again. Go after the entering value, the component get re-rendered. After re-rendering, automatically component did update get called. Okay. Now again I'm going to delete the component. See, after deleting the component, automatically component did unmount get called. It is done. Now I am going to load my component. So see, my component is going to render. After first render, automatically did mount get called. Okay, this is how we can achieve life cycle using use effect hook in the functional component. Is it clear or having any doubt?
No, sir, clear.
Okay,
Real time, how it will be using that I need to check.
sorry.
No, real time, how it will be using.
Yeah, in real time. So if you want to make any HTTP request, you will keep that request inside the component did mode. After your component ready, then only you are going to fetch the data. Then only you are going to bind the data in your top. Okay, and sometime after changing certain set of value, okay, you want to do some more action. For that, you can make use of component did update. Okay. For example, if I am typing anything hello or if this value is changing up to 10, after changing into 10, I want to show some alert, then I can make use of this component did update. Here I can check the value. What is the value of count? If the count is greater than 10, then I will display the alert. Likewise, I can do. And when the component is deleted, then I need to update the database. Okay, so I can keep a HTTP request inside component did and mount. Like this, we can make use of life cycle in your application.
The one question, um, React through React we can connect to the database.
Yeah, using Axios, we can send requests and fetch the data.
Which database, SQL Server or MySQL or Oracle
That
DB?
belongs to backend. We are not going to worry about that. We will make simply the call using Axios. The API and database, everything is belongs to backend. They will give the ID, the API. We are just going to call that API. That's it.
Okay.